back to Zero Trust Labs. If you are looking to build your own SIEM solution, that too for free, you are at the right place. Today, we will show you how to do that using a tool named Wazuh, which is a powerful open source platform for threat detection, log analysis, compliance monitoring, and more. The fascinating thing is that it is free and open source. It provides real-time threat detection, log management, MITRE attack mapping, and many more. So, what exactly is Wazuh? Think of it as your all-in-one SIEM solution, which provides log collection, intrusion detection, file integrity monitoring, vulnerability scanning, threat intel feeds, all of them unified into a single interesting dashboard. Wazuh is modular and scalar. It works like it has agents which collect the data from endpoints. It has Wazuh Manager which analyzes the data using rules and decoders, indexer and dashboard. We will discuss this more when we discuss the architecture of Wazuh. So, whether you are a security analyst, a small business owner, or just a cybersecurity enthusiast, Wazuh brings an enterprise-grade capabilities without enterprise cost. It detects suspicious behavior in real time, monitors system logs and user activity. It can also help you to comply with various international standards like PSI, HIPAA, GDPR, etc. Moreover, it can be integrated with tools like Suricata, VirusTotal to make your threat correlation more robust. Let's start with high-level architecture of Wazuh and how data flows through the system. On the left, you can see that there are various agent modules. These are known as Wazuh agents and they can be installed on servers, desktops, cloud workloads, etc. etc. These agents perform the tasks of log collection, file integrity monitoring, vulnerability scans, system activity, malware detection, even seeing the configuration management in the endpoints where they are installed. Then on the right, you can see Wazuh server, which acts as a central processing unit for the entire infrastructure. It decodes, correlates, and analyzes logs using built-in rules. It matches to known tactics with the MITRE attack matrix, which is widely known in cybersecurity field. It manages the agent's registration, remote configuration, and communication of the agents with the server. It can be integrated with tools like ServiceNow, Jira, Slack, and other for forwarding and better integration. Then comes Wazuh Indexer. So Wazuh Indexer indexes all the logs which reach the Wazuh server. It indexes the alerts triggered by the rule matches from raw logs from all agents which using various kinds of services, system performance and matrices. So this is the one part which processes the logs coming to the Wazuh server and show them to the next part which is known as Wazuh dashboard. Wazuh dashboard is a part to which the users interact. It consists of web interface to visualize, search and act upon those alerts. The Wazuh dashboard offers a number of features like dashboards for compliance standards like PSI, HIPAA, NIST, CIS, etc. It also maps the detection to MITRE attack techniques, provides full agent control, rule management, and role-based access. Great feature of Wazuh is its documentation. It provides a comprehensive documentations for all the features and installation guides. You can directly access it from the documentation panel on the top bar. Here you can see a complete installation guide about how to go about of using Wazuh and installing it. You can see that Wazuh agent works on a number of operating systems like Linux, Windows, Mac OS, Oracle, Solaris, HPUX, etc. and etc. There are many more which are not given here. Then you can see that there are various installation options which are available to us. You can also install Wazuh as out-of-the-box VirtualBox OVA, where everything is pre-built in a VirtualBox image, and you can directly import it using a VirtualBox or any other OVA compatible virtualization systems. There are options to deploy it as a Amazon machine images also. Then Docker and Kubernetes option is also a very feasible way of installing Wazuh. There are options for offline installation also, because various organizations don't use internet in their DMZ or secure networks. So for that there is an option for offline installation also. But here in this video we will use a OVA image for using out of the box installations to keep it simple and learn about the platform. For that I will go and click on this OVA, and here you can find a Wazuh 4.12.0 OVA which can be downloaded directly from the website. With x86 or AMD architecture, it does not provide high availability or scalability out of the box. All these things which the Wazuh OVA image has, like Wazuh Manager, FileBeat, Wazuh Indexer, and Wazuh Dashboard, can be installed separately on a separate VM as well, which is scalable and high availability on the infrastructure which has more number of agents. But for our lab environment, this OVA is sufficient. So as you can see that I have successfully downloaded my Wazuh 4.2.0 OVA file. Now the next step is to import this OVA file in a VirtualBox environment. So if you have been following my videos, I have already told you in detail how to import or how to use VirtualBox. Open your VirtualBox, and on the left panel in file option you will see an import appliance option. From here select the OVA file which is to be imported. Click finish. Once your Wazuh OVA has been successfully imported in the VirtualBox, you have to just go and follow the official documentation for installation. Here you can see that there is a recommendation to change the graphic controller to VMS VGA for better performance. So we will go on and open the settings, and here we will see an option for graphic controller. In the display section, we will change it to VMS VGA as recommended. After this, we will start our virtual machine. Once your VM has been powered up, it will show something like that. It will show a Wazuh logo, then it will start processing it. It will take a bit of time to load up, just like any other operating system. Remember, Wazuh Manager is also based on a Linux-based operating system, which is in our case is Amazon Linux. Here, you will be prompted for Wazuh login and password. Here, you can use the default credentials, which is Wazuh user for username and Wazuh for password. Here you can see that we have been able to successfully log in the Wazuh OVA. We can also see the IP which has been assigned to this, which is 192.168.29.9. Remember, this IP may be different in your case depending upon your network configurations which you are using. So type IPA and check which IP has been assigned to your Ethernet interface. Now, one more thing which you have to keep in mind, that we have to run our VM on bridge networking mode. From here in the networking section, you can see that bridge adapter has been chosen. Please ensure it is bridge adapter, and in this option of in the proximity mode, please select allow all, so that our VM is accessible from all the machines which are in the same network. From that you can type in sudo I, then you can type systemctl start Wazuh manager, then type systemctl start Wazuh indexer, and lastly type systemctl start Wazuh dashboard. Using this, again you can check for your IP address, which is 192.168.29.9. Now we have our Wazuh setup up and running. Now we will go in our browser and access our Wazuh setup. For that, go in the browser and type https and the IP which was assigned to that VM, which is 29.9. Here you can see within 5 minutes you have been successfully able to install your Wazuh SIEM. Now use the password admin, which is the default credentials to log into your dashboard. Ignore that warning. Now Wazuh communicates with different deployments using a API check. It uses REST API for communication between its components. So it will anytime you will log in, there will be a check for the health of APIs, and once it is successful, it will show you the dashboard. You saw in the last part that there was a error while checking the health of the API. Just refresh the page. All the components take some time to load up, and once you are there, you will see this beautiful dashboard of Wazuh. I will go about this Wazuh in the Wazuh dashboard in detail, because it contains various parts like these endpoint security, threat intelligence, security operations, cloud security, etc. and etc. On the left panel also you can do a various number of things like endpoint security, threat intelligence. You can do server management from here. Then you can do indexer management, dashboard management, and many more things. But for first, we will go and deploy our first agent in the Wazuh SIEM. Are you excited for that? I am also, and trust me, it is a very easy task. For that, click on the deployment. You will see this page where there are number of options to deploy the Wazuh agent on the operating systems. From here you can choose your operating system, which in my case is Windows 11, so I will choose a Windows agent. Now here I have to enter the IP address of my Wazuh server, which is the same, which is 168 192.168.29.9. Here you have to give the agent name for your operating system. Here I will give it here Windows 11, then keep it as default. Here it will give you a command which you have to run in the PowerShell as command line, as it will install the Wazuh agent on my system. So I will copy this command from here and open PowerShell as administrator. I will directly go and paste this command as it is and let the magic begin. Here it will download some of the files using curl which are required for the agent. You can see the files have been downloaded and I have to do a final step, which is running the service for this Wazuh agent. You can see here the Wazuh service has been successfully started. Now we will come back to our Wazuh dashboard and see the results. Now you can see that in the agent summary we can see one active agent which is running here. You can see that my Windows 11 agent have been successfully added to the SIEM platform. Congratulations to all. And if you have reached until here, you have done a great service for yourself. You can see here that the IP address allocated is also shown here. The operating system of the agent is of the endpoint is also visible. The node to which it is attached, its status is also visible here. Now, if I click on this button, it will open a hell lot of options for me. You can again see here the various options, the registration date of the agent, which is August 5 in my case, last time which the agent has communicated, which is 2157. Here you can see various options one by one. There are various event counts also, which I will see in detail. The agent is still pushing various kinds of logs to the server. Now coming to vulnerability detection section. Now Wazuh does a vulnerability detection in great depth and detail. It compares various CVEs which the applications installed in my system can have and which needs to be updated. For example, you can see that 11 high severity vulnerabilities, 8 medium severity vulnerabilities are there on the applications installed. For detail, you can see that various CVEs which are being mapped. You can also see that what are the packages which have, for example, in my case Python 3.10 has around 8 vulnerabilities which are needs to be patched. Then there is a Dell application which has some vulnerabilities. It also shows that my pip is also outdated and needs to be updated. It also shows about various year wise the vulnerability which are there in my system. Various host type OS vulnerabilities are also visible. So if I need to do vulnerability management of my endpoint, it provides me all the things in one go, and these are real time. It keeps updating as you install new devices or new applications. In the inventory you can see various applications which I have installed and the vulnerability which is mapped towards it. You can open this in detail if you can right click. Remember, the entire ingestion happens in Wazuh and ELK, so you can see the details of the vulnerability detected time, various references for the vulnerabilities. Then the Wazuh vulnerability CV database. From here you can also open. If you will click this link, you can see the reference to this vulnerability. You can see it is 8.8, very high. Now we have seen vulnerability management section. Now we will go to one other section which is known as threat hunting. In threat hunting, you will see correlation logs from various event logs or sys logs which are pushed from the endpoint to the Wazuh server. You can see that till now there are 494 logs have been pushed, and there have been four authentication successful logs, 0 authentication failure logs, or 0 level 12 or above level logs. It can also group it into various sections regarding the events, the alerts. Now it can also classify it based on the security standards which I earlier mentioned, like PSI DSS security standards which are used by credit card industry. Then it can combine it into various groups. So Wazuh dashboard provides you a very attractive and interactive platform for visualizing things. Here you can see various kinds of event logs, various kind of logs. As here also you can see that Windows log on successful. You can even see this log in detail, that you can see this was the username where login was made successful using this process name. These are all the things which are logged in this in real time. As soon as the new activity happens, there is a log which is generated, and based on the correlation rules, if there is any need, an alert is also generated. Now coming back to our agent, one or more options available is configuration management. In configuration management, there are various kinds of services which are running in the Windows system, and there are CIS Microsoft Windows 11 benchmark. So what the agent does is it sees various kinds of activities or configurations of the endpoint system and pushes it to the server, and here they are correlated based on CIS Microsoft 11 enterprise benchmarks. So these benchmarks are industry standards which are required to be followed in the enterprise for better security. For example, ensuring the password history, length of the password, password age. There are various kinds of things which are there. So what Wazuh does, it maps the entire configuration of the system based on the settings which are currently. So you can see that one of the 24 tests have been passed, 349 has failed, 9 tests are not applicable, and the overall secure is 26%, which is very low. So the target should be to maintain high CIS scores so that the health and the security of the endpoint system is maintained. So Wazuh provides you another feature which is this for maintaining the CIS benchmarks also. So Wazuh provides you mapping on MITRE ATT&CK framework also. For this also it provides a very interactive framework over which you can see alerts, tactics, rule level violations, etc., etc. on a single platform. You can see the various kinds of recommendations also about the techniques and the tactics. Then you can see the entire framework also here regarding defensive agent, persistent, privilege acceleration. You can also see the corresponding events which are generated here, and corresponding mapping based on the MITRE attack. Moreover, there are various kinds of other options also available, like security operations based on the security standards like GDPR, HIPAA, NIST, TSC. Then there is an option for cloud security as well. Wazuh has a feature where it can integrate the logs from Office 365, GitHub, Google Cloud, etc., and etc., and can integrate entirely on your system. Now I will go on and add another endpoint using Wazuh agent on my Mac OS system. Now to access this on my Mac OS, I have to just go to the same IP address, which is 160.168.29.9. Remember, I am connected to the same network as my Windows machine, because of which I am able to access this Wazuh VM using my other machine also. Log in with your different credentials, admin and admin. You can see here that one device which has been connected, which was our Windows machine. Now we will go here and deploy another agent, which is my Mac OS. I am using Mac M2 Pro processor, so I will select Apple icon, Apple Silicon processor. Here I will again enter the same IP address as of my VM on the VirtualBox. Here I will name my agent as Apple M2. Now here also the installation is very simple. I will go into the terminal and just paste this. I will enter my password. You can see the install was successful. Now after that I will go and start the Wazuh service on my Mac OS. You can see here it is starting all the services. Now I will come here and wait for a moment until my Mac OS endpoint shows up. Now you can see here on your screen we have been successfully able to add Mac OS agent as well, which has been assigned IP address of 192.168.29.237. You can see the operating system also which is running on that. If you open that, you can see similar options as you saw on the Windows machines. In the vulnerability section, you can see that it has detected that there are 6 high severity vulnerabilities in these packages which are being run on the Mac OS system. There are 5 vulnerabilities for medium severity as well. You can also see the configuration assessment based on CIS benchmarks for Apple macOS 15.0 Sequoia version. There is a 61% score, which is still better than our Windows OS, but it's still based on these guidelines. It can still be improved and we can make our endpoint more secure. In threat hunting section also, it has logged various threat hunting events, including one successful authentication event as well. If we see in detail, it logs all the events like screen unlocked using the user ID or status of port change, etc. All are being logged in real time on the SIEM solution. So this was about the introductory class for Wazuh SIEM solution. If you want me to make videos on advanced sections like integrating it with your own virtual VirusTotal API or integrating Suricata rules in that or getting the Sysmon event logs as well in the SIEM solution itself, you can comment in the comment section. Please do like and subscribe the channel if you're liking the content. It certainly motivates me to make more. Thank you very much.